Within this background, I am standing before you and I have great pleasure in addressing you all. Our own Dr. Prahalad, Dr. Satyanarayana, our chief guest, other learned scholars, and my dear students. Language is the very basis of our life, so to say. And we as Indians have the special privilege that as compared to many people around the world, we can adapt ourselves to so many languages. In fact, an Indian can very easily pick up 3 or 4 languages, even to converse. And even if I were to say that how many languages do you know, maybe my commercial language is English, but I can very well speak a little of Tamil, I can speak Sindhi, I can speak Hindi, I can understand most of the South Indian languages. So in that sense, an Indian is specially placed to adapt himself to so many languages and thereby learn the culture of people around. It's only that we have somehow made English as our own, that we seem to have put all other languages in the background, and which perhaps is unfortunate. But it's not lost, and there are people who, like learned scholars in every language, who are going about reaching out to people to make people understand that their own mother tongue is as important as any other language which you want to learn. So in that sense, I'm glad that we have assembled here. We can speak a lot. I don't know even if you are aware, since an opportunity like this arises, I must also tell you a little about Sindhi. One thing good about this pandemic, if you can tell me, is that it gave me an opportunity to understand my own self through my own means, through my own language. And that is Sindhi. Where did it come from? Where have we come from? Like he's speaking, your subject today is the ethnicity and the local culture and the differences thereon. Imagine that today you are sitting in Tamil Nadu, I am also here. But my forefathers came from a land which is northwest of India, something close to 4,000, 5,000 kilometers away from here, which is the origin of our entire Indian culture. The gateway to India, a language which was born there, which was there for more than 2,000 years old, and that language, I, as a Sindhi speaking person, has lost it because of our, should we say, political differences and others, that I am not able to adapt myself to that language. And I have no means of learning that language. But this pandemic gave me an opportunity to go about studying what that language meant. It is lost language, if I can say so. You see, Sindh is a province during the undivided India, which was in the northwest of our country, and as the point, this line was drawn by an Englishman called Radcliffe Line, and he just cut away this state from this our country called India. And although we belong to the same land, but our entire province was cut off and made to be part of another nation, primarily because of religion. Because the predominant religion of that particular province was Islam. And therefore, that became a separate country, and these, the followers of Hinduism, were forced to come away here. And in that process, lost our language. But today, when I was told that people will say that your language is finished, it's not there. But when I went in, thanks to technology and other means, trying to find out what my language is, I find that it's such a rich language. It draws itself from the Middle East part of the world. We write a Perso-Arabian script. We write from right to left. We have a language which has 52 alphabets, which has 11 vowels, and it is rich. It's so rich that people across the globe, all across from so many years, for almost 1500 years of known history, have written on it in that language. And we are lost to it. So, I guess language is certainly to be preserved. We need to take all measures that we can to make these Indian languages, which are rich, to be propagated. And the culture is same. Basically, we are same. All our methodologies of whatever we do, our marriages, our deaths, our living styles are all same. If I tell you the differences or the similarities between the people like us who are living on the banks of river Indus and the people who are living on the banks of Kaveri are virtually not different in any manner. Even the origin of the words is also the same. It's just that the manner I pronounce it and the manner you pronounce it may slightly differ. But the culture, the ethnicity, the basic values are all the same. And I wish that we could use this programs like this to learn more and more about a language which takes us to our basic human values, which get enriched in turn, that will make us a better human being. And I wish that this particular seminar contributes to that. And we'll have another opportunity wherein we can use these two languages as a basis to understand the similarities, not the differences, but the similarities which, although 4,500 kilometers away, are there to make us part of the same human race. So wishing you well, and I hope that we will have better opportunities in the future too. Thank you.